Hi guys, how's it going? Welcome to the channel. In today's video, I'll take you through building a light mode and dark mode toggle using vanilla HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So to get started, I'll set up my project here. I'll create a new HTML file, call it index.html. And then in here, I'll just get the template. Cool. And then I'll have my styling in here as well. So what I'll need first is a div. Let's call this main toggle div. And then I'll also need, so just heading back to the design, I'll just need two components inside my main div. It will be this switch button and this icon here. But this will also need, I think it will actually be three components because I'll need my input. So let me first create the input. And this will be a checkbox. Then I'll also have another div here, which will be the circle. So just call that circle. And then lastly, we'll have the icon. So first, let's just keep it like this. And then let me just open this file. Okay. So let's give this a width. Let's perhaps make it a smaller height and width. Make it 250. Cool. Let's just copy that. Okay, there we go. Then I just want everything centered. So for my body, I'll just say edit display flex. Cool. Then for our toggle, we'll just add a position relative. And then we'll just add some styling to our checkbox as well. Okay, so the position relative for our main toggle div isn't reflected, but let's go ahead and copy this. Just edit there. Then if I just reload everything, that should be good. So there we go. And then next up, let me first add a function here. So I'll add my script. down here. So I'll have on one click. Just call toggle. And then let's just do a console log. Let's just change this to event. So reload that. Okay, there we go. So what we need here is the checked value. So we'll just call event.target.checked. Okay, so that's all we need for now. So for the input, we can just edit display or opacity rather, make it 0. So when we click anywhere here, we should still get the console log there. And this will be useful just to determine whether we need to switch between light mode and dark mode. And then let me add some styling to my circle here. I'll go ahead and copy all of that, paste that as well. And then just to center everything inside this toggle, I'll select my main toggle div, then add a flex box to this, display flex. Line items rather, center, there we go. So I'm not sure if you can actually see this, let me rather zoom in. Okay. There we go. So now what I want to do is change the styling of my body. So if the user has actually selected, or rather, let me go to my console log. So if it's true, meaning in this case, let's say dark mode is on, then we'll change the styling and switch it to something else, and then the animation has to run from left to right. So to do that, let's first create a variable here called enable dark mode. And then we'll say if enable dark mode equals to true, we'll just say document dot body dot class name equals, let's just say dark. So now if I head over to my elements here, let's just reload this. Okay, cool. So if I go into console.log, oh, so I removed the console.log, sorry, let me just add that back. Console.log event target checked. Okay, there we go, sorry about that. So let's just reload and then see what's happening. So now here, our theme has been enabled, meaning dark mode is on, or the user is selected to turn on dark mode. Here it's false. So if I just reload that and then do the same, what should happen is if it's set to true, there should be a class added to our body with the name dark. So if I click there, as you can see, this class added dark. So what I want to do here I'll just add my dark mode styling here. So I'll say dark. So this will be for my body dark, and then background color will be that. Okay, and then my main toggle div, it will have a different background color as well. So I'll just say background color here and then add the background color, and the circle will also be different. Let's do this. Then we'll just add an else statement here. And this will be light. So if I just reload everything, if I click, as you can see, colors have changed. The body class is light, it's dark, sorry. And then if I click again, then it's back to light. So now we just need to add the movement of the icon here, left and right. So to do that, we'll just add a transition to our circle. Let's maybe make it 0.5 seconds here. Let's just set support for all the browsers. So what we should do now, for the dark circle, maybe we add transform. Let's do it here instead. If I just click that, circle, add transform. Translate X is what we're looking for. So translate X, let's keep it moving here. So let's maybe say, so as you can see, the transition is already working, the 0.5 seconds transition, which adds that smooth animation there. So let me just keep going here. We'll maybe want it somewhere around somewhere there. I think that should be fine. So we can go ahead and copy that, then add it there. So we just need to add all the browser support as well. Cool. So now if I just reload this, if I click there, as you can see, it's moving all the way to that side. Maybe let's increase the seconds a bit, maybe 0.8. There we go. And then it moves all the way back. For also the default circle, maybe let's add a margin left here, margin left, 10 pixels, I guess. Yeah. It's a bit too far. Uh, 193. Let me just change that. I think that was due to the margin left that I added. So 193. Cool. So there we go. So we already have the switching back and forth. Now, obviously, someone can be, for example, on light mode or on dark mode rather. So let's say I'm on light mode and then I switch. Sometimes you'd also like to listen for that event. So to do that, let's just scroll back here in our JavaScript. We'll have another variable, let's call it is on dark mode. Then we'll call window dot match media, and then in here we'll have a string. Then we'll say prefers color scheme dark. So this should get like the system theme on this machine. So if I just console log this, so this will just check for my system theme to see whether I'm on light mode or dark mode. But this specifically is checking if the user is on dark mode. So you get this result here, and then this matches is what tells us whether the user is actually on dark mode or not. And if I check my theme here, I'm actually on dark mode. So as you can see, I'm on dark mode. If I reload, then it should be false. So we'll just need to listen for dot matches. So we'll just get the dot matches, and then this should return either true or false. So in this case, it's false. I'm not on dark mode. And then true, I'm on dark mode. So what we want to do now is that we need to listen. So is in dark mode dot add listener. So we'll listen for a change. And then here we'll get the theme, and then we console.log theme. Let me remove that for now. So if I change my theme here from dark mode, we get this event being fired. So it shows that I'm not on dark mode. If I switch back, then we should get another one which says true. So here what should happen is, say let's call it dark mode. Then we'll just run pretty much this again. There we go. So if user is on dark mode, then it just goes dark. It adds the dark class to our body. If it's on light, then it adds the class light to our body. So if we just reload that. So I'm on dark mode. If I switch to light mode, see, it didn't work. Wow. We go. So let's just reload this. So I'm on light mode now. If I switch back to dark mode, then it automatically adjusts. If I move back, then it also goes back. So now what you can do as well is run this function here. So maybe let's create a function called setTheme. And then here we'll just call and that'll be our theme. And then we can just replace all of this. So we have our event listener, but what we also need to do is that automatically when the user launches or loads the application, we still need to check whether the user is on light mode or not. So to do that, we'll just run if then again we'll just call set theme else that sorry, this has to be light. There we go. So by default it will check our theme. So if I switch now to dark mode, then it should also switch, and if I reload, it should also remain on dark mode. Then I can do the switching. Let's just add a cursor to our toggle div here. I think it has to be the input rather. There we go. And then for the icons, let me get these empty icons. But pretty much that's all that's required. So here, what am I looking for? Well, let's download that. Just add a class for that, call it icon. And so this will be dark icon. Then we'll also have the light icon. So there we go. So I'll only enable the dark icon on the dark theme. So I'll add the styling for that. So by default, all the icons will be disabled or hidden. Right. So in this case, I only have one icon. Let me give it a color as well. Cool. There we go. So I'll remove that, and then so I need to just enable the light mode icon. Actually, the sun icon has to be black. just need to add a margin on that. And on this one as well. And that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching, guys. Cheers.